What's up, everybody? Hit that subscribe button and that notification button if you like movie reviews. I give my takes, nothing too crazy with them, as well as independent short films. I've been doing them for quite some time now. I still continue to make them. I enjoy making short films when I can. So if you like independent short films, this is another channel to be at. Check them out, see my growth over the years. And let's get straight to it. This is my Odyssey, The Odyssey movie spoiler review, and I give it 2 thumbs up. I really enjoyed the film. A great cast. But I will say, I don't feel like it's anything crazy or like, wow, mind-blowing as far as the film goes for me personally. I mean, it's making a lot of money right now in the box office. It has a lot of positive reviews as it should. But other than everything that's good about it, for me, I wasn't like taken aback. It wasn't anything that I was like, wow, this is, crazy. I've never seen this before. The Odyssey is a film that I feel like I have seen before. And that's not to take away from the film, but I just want to get to that point as far as it's not really a negative thing, but I'll just talk about that. I've seen the original. There are differences, obviously, the original from the past, the TV show. I think it was Armand Asante. For some reason, he comes to mind. I feel like I've seen that. I've seen the story of the Odyssey, and again, it wasn't anything new for me. A hero or so comes back missing and returns home. Like, I feel like I've seen that already, and it just wasn't anything, as far as brand new for me. And I guess that's what takes away from me as far as what I'm watching, because visually there are a lot of great shots. I know Christopher Nolan did a lot of practical things that was awesome, like with the giants. That's character, I guess the people that you see, they're all 8-foot people in general. And then Matt Damon had a stunt double who was a woman, and you couldn't tell, obviously, covered up, and, arms were like jacked. But like, that was a woman, and then you got the 8-foot, tall actors, and you would think it was CG, the bigs. I was wondering, wow, how he did that. But from what I'm told, that's exactly what they did. It was 8-foot people, and they used, stunt doubles. I guess that was but we're smaller, and Matt Damon had a female stunt double. I don't know if it was for the whole film or for that particular scene, but I think that was great. So he did use, moments of more so practical effects and or camera work, and just, not really CGI from what I assume, even though I know there had to have been some type of VFX work done, like with the Circe, when she transforms them into animals, like that had to have been done, or I guess the way it was shot, makeup, I don't know. But even the Cyclops, I know they used apparently a big Cyclops puppet, but when you're watching it, it looks like it can also be a person, or I guess VFX of, the movements and stuff. But for the most part, everything was on location, shot, and, I don't have a problem with green screen and CGI, but it's cool when they can actually use practical effects and actual locations in film. So I will, give praise to that, of course. I didn't see it in 70 millimeter. I saw it in a regular screen. But to me personally, I'm not really big on IMAX. Like, it's great if it's big and you see a lot, but I don't think it takes away from me anyway, having seen it regularly, because at the time when I wanted to see it when it came out, it was just sold out, a lot of the viewings. But, it was a great film. Again, the cast was awesome. I feel like a lot of them were underutilized. Like, they were just there to have a face. Nolan can use whoever he wants. He's got the money and people want to work with him, which is good and it's cool. But I feel like a lot of the roles that were small, that had big names, could have gone to people that are up and coming, that they want to get their name out, let them audition, or, give them that big break. It's just a personal thing. It's not a bad thing. Again, the cast was great, but I feel like in those cases, you could have used, up and comers, or someone who's never been in Hollywood and they're trying to get their name out there, or just trying to get work because they love the idea of, they love acting in film. I feel like that's something that, and you save money, which obviously they were going to make their money back anyway, but that's what I feel like they could have done. And that's just a little thing in the end for me. Again, it doesn't take away from the film, but I thought it was cool. Like, there were some things I would have liked to see, if I remember correctly, with the whole Greek mythology, because I like Greek mythology. So a lot of the things that I saw I wasn't like, oh, who's that? Or what's this? What's going on? Like, I was aware of, which was cool. But, as you know, from other forms of media, when it came to that, like Cersei and the whole animals, turning them into animals, like, I believe that was in Percy Jackson in one of the books. And then, of course, other stuff that I've seen. But, you know, stuff like that, I like Greek mythology, and, you know, it was a good time. Hades portion I thought was really good. It was probably my favorite scene when they go onto the island, and it ends up being supposed to be Hades, like the land of the dead, and he converses with the dead. I wanted them to actually, like, somehow end up on the underworld, but I liked how they did it with the island. That's probably how it was portrayed in the books. I've never read the book. Probably I should read the book, because I do like reading, even though my reading has been a little bit slow these days. I'm still reading 2 books right now that I've had for the year, that I've been taking my time back to back. One of them being It. It's a big ass read, but I'm doing it. I'm on, 400s right now, 500s. I still got like 500 more to go in pages. But anyways, yeah, the Odyssey, if you haven't seen it, if you like Greek mythology, if you like that type of world, you know, it is great of a film as far as, you know, story goes, and you got your characters, and, you know, it didn't feel long because you were invested. And it's a long film, but I was so invested that I didn't care. And right now, Robert Pattinson's character, I forget the name of the character, he's got this meme going on. It was like, get somebody, get these beggars out of here. And it's like, everyone's making memes about it. It's hilarious. But, you know, he was cool in the film. A bit of a punk. I didn't expect that with his character. For some reason, I saw a review where somebody said he reminded them of Heath Ledger as Joker. And I'm like, what? Like, I didn't understand that. I didn't see anything as far as great in that aspect, or different, or, you know, not recognizable. But it's not to say that he wasn't good in the role. It's just like, I thought that was a bit of a stretch. But, you know, you had Tom Holland, you know, other than Spider-Man, which I'm pretty much seen him the most. I've seen him in maybe 2 other films, Uncharted and Master and Commander, but mainly Spider-Man in the Avengers film. So to see him in another role like this was cool. You have Anne Hathaway, who I'm not, you know, she does a lot of good movies. I've seen her in a lot of films, but I'm not big on her. But she was one of my favorite characters here. You know, she did her thing here. You have John Leguizamo. It was always great to see John, you know, do a lot of other films. I feel like he doesn't get a lot, but lately he has been, you know, he's been doing his thing. And I grew up on John Leguizamo when I was young. And yeah, just, you know, a lot of other side characters who I've seen here and there, and it's just, the film has, you know, a lot of, you're involved, you know, it has a lot of good things about it, elements about it that I think you should check it out if you're into film and you like to create stuff, see things visually, see how things work, how, you know, Nolan made some shots and whatnot. If you're into that, again, I don't really talk much into, you know, the happenings of the film, how they do things, but if you're into that stuff, I believe, you know, because it's Nolan, you're gonna get some great material to study from and whatnot. But yes, the film was cool. I enjoyed it. 2 thumbs up if you haven't seen it. I would say check it out. Definitely in the theater if you can. But make sure you watch it. It was fun. I enjoyed it. Thanks for listening to my review. I do appreciate it. Until next time, later.